Ms. Allen, you claim the defendant got you pregnant and now refuses to do anything for your 2-year-old daughter, Novella, who's been diagnosed with severe allergies, leaving you in financial and emotional distress. You claim today's DNA test will prove that he is Novella's father, and you need him to step up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Tolliver, you and your girlfriend say you are 100% certain you are not her child's biological father and have evidence to support your claim. Ms. Allen, what has he done for your daughter?
Absolutely nothing, Honor.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Wow. Has he paid any child support at all?
No, Your Honor.
Been involved in her life?
No, Your Honor.
Come to visit her?
No, Your Honor.
I have several reasons that I can prove that I'm not the father.
How?
Well, I mean...
What can you prove?
I've tried to get her to do a DNA test. For instance, just the other day, says she's not going to do the test.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been avoiding the test, Ms. Allen?
No, I haven't not been avoiding the test.
Why haven't you taken it if he's volunteering?
He's the reason why. I honestly do not want to go take a test by myself with him. And he don't want to be around my family.
Wait a minute, now you laid down by yourself with him? Now you can't go and get a DNA test by yourself? I've never heard of such.
I just don't feel comfortable around him.
But you don't have to be present at the same time to get the DNA testing done.
She texts him saying that she misses him, and, you know, I accidentally saw that. It was on Facebook Messenger that she missed him. So I don't know where she's getting this. She doesn't want to be with him. You know, it confuses me, too, so.
Whenever she breaks up or has a fight with her boyfriend, she comes back to me with acting like she wants to get back with me. She loves me and she misses me, but then when she's in a relationship, I don't hear anything from her. You know,
Wait, let me just go back first. Before we jump into this, I want to make sure I understand. You two were in a sexual relationship at some point,
yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Was it during the window of time that Novella was conceived?
Yes, ma'am.
How long were you together?
In a couple of months, not long. It wasn't a heavy, steady relationship. We weren't.
So you weren't committed?
Yeah, we was committed.
We seen each other on the weekends every now and again. It's not like we lived in different counties.
And so, well, you know, you can get someone pregnant that lives in a different county.
Yeah, okay.
But were you using protection every time you were?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
But, okay, well, how we met on a dating site. And we had intercourse the first night we met. She'd also told me
Did you use protection?
No, ma'am. But she told me that the day before that her ex-boyfriend she just broke up with, they had intercourse that night. The night before.
I did not tell you that.
That's what you said?
No.
Okay, so the day you met her, she says, I had intercourse with my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend last night, and then you had intercourse with her that night.
Yes, we were having drinks and talking, and I don't want to hear about that. You know, I don't want to hear who you had sex with, but I mean, you know, alcohol does that. Alcohol opens people up. That's what she told me. And I mean, the first night we met, you know, we had sex, you know. I've heard that I'm not the only one that she's been like that with.
I understand, but Mr. Tolliver, you do understand that if you were one of them, then you were one of the possible fathers.
Yes, but I mean, did she contact
Well, let me ask you this. If you've been informed that you possibly are this beautiful child's biological father, why is it you aren't pursuing the test or pursuing some form of relationship with this child?
I need to know that it's mine or not. She give me every reason to believe it's not mine.
So your thing is the buck stops here until I figure out whether or not I am the father. You don't feel like you want to invest any time getting to know the child.
No, it's not that. I mean...
Well, what is it then? It's been 2 years.
Well, I mean, look, okay. She's told me that, you know, over the text messages and phone calls that this other guy here this is going to be Novella's father.
Wait. When did that come out?
This was when she was in the hospital. The guy in the hospital.
Let me see those, please,
her.
Jerome.
And supposedly, you know, she's saying that, and it's on the Facebook.
What are these pictures of, Mr. Tolliver?
That's Miss Allen with the guy she was seeing at the time that she's telling me that.
So this is her in the hospital having birth, and that's the man there on the phone in the corner.
Her boyfriend, or she's telling me that that's going to be Novella's father.
When did she tell you this?
Right after the pregnancy.
So you weren't there on this day, or the day she delivered?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Were you invited?
No, ma'am. How was I invited? Was she going to invite me and him? I mean, that makes no sense.
I told you that he did not have to be in the delivery room, that you could be in there. Yes, I did.
So wait a minute now, Miss Allen, you admit that you had moved on and started dating this gentleman.
Yes.
And you had invited him to the birth of Novella.
Yes.
Was he with you during the pregnancy?
When we got together when I was 3 months pregnant, and he was there the whole time.
He was there the whole time?
Yes.
You told Mr. Tolliver that this is Novella's father, or he used the words, this is going to be Novella's father?
I told him that he was going to raise her.
So your contention is that what you truly said was this is going to be her dad, meaning since you're not around and you don't want to be involved, I'm going to make this guy her father.
Yes.
You took that to mean, Mr. Tolliver, that it was a potential that he actually was her biological father.
I believe it could be because, I mean, she said that he's the daddy. This is her true father, whatever. I mean, I have a message on Facebook here where he's claiming her as his little girl, you know.
This piece of evidence is what? A picture of...
That's the guy that she was seeing at the time with Novella, you know, as in claiming as his daughter.
My girl's already learning, laugh out loud. So let me ask you this. Do you believe that this gentleman is potentially Novella's biological father, or do you feel like this is just someone she's using to get back at you?
I don't know. It just seems to me like that's a very good chance that he is the father.
When you got pregnant, were you dating anyone else at the time?
No.
Did you call Mr. Tolliver and tell him you were pregnant?
Yes, I did.
What was his response?
I called him when I was in the doctor's office, told him I was pregnant, and his basic response was, it was not his problem, it was my problem.
No, I asked her who the father was. That's what I told her. I said, you need to find out who the father is.
And what was the answer?
She said, well, it's mine. She said I was the father. But it's only when she's in a fight with her boyfriend or breaking up with a boyfriend does she come to me and want me back or this and that. And
is that true, Ms. Allen? Do you just come back around after you broke up with somebody?
No.
Do you consistently
press
and try to establish a relationship between Mr. Tolliver and Novella?
Yes.
How have you done that?
I have constantly tried to get a hold of him. I've even asked if he wanted to come see her. And it's always, he's too busy.
But
You don't have a way.
I don't have a driver's license. I can't just up and drive to Pelham, Georgia.
Mr. Tolliver, have you ever met Novella? She's
no,
2 now.
No, ma'am.
You've never met her?
ma'am.
2 years.
I know, but I mean, if it was really mine, she would want to have this test done from the beginning.
It's just wrong I think it's just wrong to toss a kid around like that. She needs to find out who the real father is, and she should have done it in the beginning. That's how I feel.
I mean, if she would give me, you know, proof that I am the father, then it'd be totally different. But I can't just change my life because an ex-girlfriend calls and tells me, I'm pregnant with your baby, so you're the father, you need to do this. And she says she don't want money or anything from me. She wants me to be in their lives. Not just Novella's life, their lives. That's why I feel like she's trying to get me back by using the baby. Her ex-boyfriends, from what I understand, and the ones I've seen are losers, more or less. I have a decent job. I mean, I'm a pretty good guy. I'm one of the better candidates that she's dated. And that's what I feel like that she is trying to use that as, use the baby as, well, you know. And I mean, I have a life. I can't change my life just to make her happy because this is what she wants.
So, Ms. Allen, I have to ask you this. In your court papers, you indicate that Novella has severe allergies.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why you desperately want to find or have Mr. Tolliver identified as her biological father. You need help.
Yes, I do need help.
Explain.
She has allergy problems. I'm constantly going back and forth to the doctors with her. She's allergic to about anything you can be allergic to. Pecans, pine trees, oak trees, apples, rice, you name it, she's allergic to it.
There's no medical history of any kind of allergy problems in my family whatsoever, of anything. I mean, nobody in my family is even allergic to poison ivy. We can got rid of the weed eater. And,
so wait,
I mean,
the fact that she has these allergies, I mean, this is financially and emotionally taxing on you, I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
And you're taking care of her and getting her back and forth to her doctor, all by yourself.
Yes, I am.
Your Honor, I want to get this test done. I want to find out. I mean, everybody needs to know, you know. I need to know, she needs to know, we need to know for the benefit of the baby. But it's, you know, it's never just being the baby's life, it's being our lives.
I never said being our lives because I don't want you in our life. I want you in our daughter's life.
You hear that, Mr. Tolliver?
Yes, ma'am, and that's
Do you believe that when she says it, or do you think
No,
she's
because
just...
I've been going through this for 2 years, on and off for 2 years, every couple months.
I've
Every time
moved
she gets
on.
in a
I don't
fight-
want you in my life. I
And
want you in my
Ms.
daughter's
Bowl,
life.
you're in a relationship with Mr. Tolliver?
Yes, I am.
And how do you deal with all this?
I mean, if it's not his daughter, so that's fine. But if it is his daughter, I'm gonna act, you know, be like a stepmom, I guess you could say. I'll take care of her, I'll make her happy, you know, like it's my child. So, I mean, but this has got to come to an end. Just figure everything out.
She's seen the message. She picked my phone up the other day and saw a message from Miss Allen saying how she missed me and loved me and wanted to be back with me and all this. It got me in trouble for it. I didn't even send a message, you know. She got mad at me for reading a message from her, and this.
Are you enjoying this a little bit, Mr. Tolliver? You say you don't want it, but do you enjoy the fact that she can't seem to completely move on from you?
No, I would love.
Because
I
you're
would love her-
entertaining this a
No,
lot.
I would. Well, I'm just trying to make my point here that she's using the baby to try to get back with me.
So in your court papers, one of your major pieces of doubt is that you say no one in your family has allergies.
None whatsoever.
I just have one question, though, and I'd like to speak to a medical expert we have here. Jerome, would you please escort Dr. Jamila Gator into the courtroom? I'd like to ask her a question or two about this allergy issue.
So I'm going to have you go up to the witness stand.
Okay.
Hi, doctor.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So, doctor, we're having a discussion concerning beautiful baby Novella's paternity.
Yes.
And we have heard testimony that suggests that she suffers from extreme allergies. Mr. Tolliver contends he does not believe he can be her biological father. He says he doesn't have allergies. He says nobody in his family has allergies. And he says for this reason, he believes he could not be Novella's biological father. So I want to know from you, if a child is born first and foremost with allergies, does this cause further complications, asthma, things like this? Are these things you can trace to heredity?
Yes. So asthma is definitely related to allergies. About 65% of asthma is allergic asthma. And that happens when you breathe in air and then the body actually has an overreaction to it or a hypersensitive reaction and causes difficulty with breathing.
Okay. And so is this passed down through the families? Is this hereditary?
So it's interesting. Allergies and asthma are actually not genetic. What can be inherited and can be passed down is something called atopy. And atopy is basically the tendency of the immune system to overreact to things in the environment. So in Novella's case, we've got a list here where she's allergic to, apples, pine trees, cat, oatmeal, eggs, all of these different things that she's allergic to. And the way that things are inherited, the parent per se, whether it's the father or the mother, isn't necessarily going to be allergic to those exact same things. So what can be passed on is just the tendency or the potential to have reactions, and that could be broad from allergies to asthma to eczema.
So it's hard for us to drop a thumbnail and say, oh, you know what? Because of these allergies, her father is...
Exactly.
We can't do that.
No.
That's what I needed to know. So, Mr. Tolliver, your argument just went on out the window here with Dr. Gator.
My argument was the way she's been, not willing to do the DNA test.
But part of your argument was, too, that you don't have allergies and no one in your family has them.
Well, that's because she told me
contributed to your doubt.
that the baby had allergies and they had to come from my side of the family. I've told you I'm not sure how the allergy things work. But my reason for doubt is for 2 years now that we've been going on this DNA test and it's not happening. She won't do it. I mean, reason after reason.
The good news is this court has administered the DNA testing,
Yes,
and I have the results.
oh.
Jerome? Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Allen versus Tolliver, when it comes to 2-year-old Novella Allen, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Tolliver, you are her father.
Okay.
Are you happy?
A little bit, yes, ma'am.
Just a little happy.
I mean, I've always wanted a kid, but the other thing is that, I mean, now I want Rachel to understand this. I'm going to be in the baby's life, but, you know, I know you said you're over me, but we're done with the going back and forth, okay? I mean, that's...
Yeah, I'm in a serious relationship. I don't want you.
Okay, that's good. That's what, just want to make sure we're on the same page on that. I mean, me and Brittany are going, you know, we're trying to go somewhere with our relationship. She's going to be part of Novella's life, too.
That's fine.
And, you know,
but I mean, I don't really know who she is. This is my first time ever seeing her, so I'll have to get to know her.
That's fine. It's understandable. I wouldn't ask you to...
Okay, family, so we're going places.
Yeah, but...
You say that your sister, the defendant, claims to have a child with your husband of 10 years, and you have petitioned the court for a paternity test. And you are here to warn her that when he finds out her baby is not his today, she'll probably never hear from him again. Now, Ms. Hayes, you state that your sister is just jealous that you were able to have her husband's baby and she was not.
Right.
You have no doubts that your sister's husband is your baby's father, and when you leave here today, you want her out of your lives for good.
Yes.
Ms. Hayes, how did your sister steal your husband?
I came home and found him and her in our bed naked, and I just, you know, I can't believe it after everything I've done for her. I knew that they were sleeping together, but to put it in my face and be in my bed and me walk in and catch them naked, why would it be any different? She slept with my first husband and my second husband. And I didn't even know about my second husband until my dad
and she had
told
me around each of them in the
And,
same
you know,
predicament.
So you're not denying this,
No.
Ms. Hayes? Just so the court can clarify, this was your younger sister?
Yes. I've had custody of this girl since she was 11. You know, the choices that she made between our dad and her mom led her into drugs, prostitution, everything else. The latest time that I rescued you, I helped you get clean.
Yes, Your Honor,
I went
she
to
did.
Chicago after not hearing from her for 7 years. The one time I did hear from her, she didn't even know who I was on the phone. I got to Chicago at 11 o'clock on a Saturday. She walks up to me and she weighs 56 pounds, has sores all over her, and has no shoes on. We left Chicago at 3 o'clock Sunday morning. I'm getting her dressed. I'm putting clothes on this child to take her back to Houston with me.
I lost control of my life, myself, my morals, everything. And when I got clean,
got you every time you picked up a phone
when I
and
got
called.
clean, I had been
Who
an
was there
addict
for
and
you? It
homeless
wasn't
for
your dad.
15 years.
It wasn't your mom.
And I
It was
didn't know
me.
how to be
It was the
respectful.
same
I didn't know
person
how
that
to be
took
a
care of
woman.
you.
I didn't know how to be a lady. I didn't know how to respect myself. And it doesn't come overnight. And I did go to detox for a week. And when all this came about, I didn't go to my sister and say, I need sex or I feel lonely. We used to hang out in her room together, watch movies, whatever we would do.
So you guys, first you got along. You were sisters.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And so everything was great. We would live together, hang out together. I would hang out in her room, watch movies.
And at the same time, she's lying to him about things that I'm doing to get me and him to argue so him and her can go off and spend time together.
And at some point, she says, Corey, make my sister feel like a woman. I'm sorry. Maybe she did it for my best interest.
He came to me,
yeah.
and I said, do what you do. But anybody that was respectful would have said,
I just said
you're
I didn't
my
know how to
sister's
respect
husband.
myself.
Well, anybody
And I
that
can
was
admit that.
respectful would have said, that's
Okay.
my sister's
Now you're playing the
husband.
victim, but you gave him away.
It's not about the victim.
Okay.
It's not about being the victim. You are one in a line of many. And let me say that
Ms. Hayes, let's use proper language in the court, okay? I need clarification on something, particularly the line, do what you do. Does that mean that you looked your husband in the eye and gave him permission to sleep with your sister?
Yes. Why?
And now it's a problem.
I had been with him for 10 years.
Right.
She is probably about number 35 of the women that he'd been with.
They also had an open relationship where Michelle has invited people, like on Corey's birthday, invited other women over to be a part of that.
There was.
They had an open relationship
There
like
was
that.
a stripper. It
So,
wasn't
yeah.
open. It wasn't an open relationship. There was a stripper that came to the house.
Okay. When her husband then approaches you, is there any part of you that just says, this woman has done
Well, I
a
can
lot
say
for me. That's one thing I'm just not gonna do.
I tell her today that I'm still grateful for her. I did not go about our relationship the right way. Again, I was on drugs 15 years, so within a year's time, I didn't have everything perfected.
Michelle, I completely understand all that you've done for your sister. I mean, when you enumerate out the lengths, the things that you've done to make sure pretty much that she's standing here today, I think it's commendable. And you've done what a sister should do. The part I cannot understand, it sounds like to me, as crazy as it is,
The best thing
that you gave them permission.
The best thing she ever did for me is take him away from me.
Now, Ms. Hayes, I have to ask you, why do you believe if you've let them go off into the sunset, into this relationship, and you know they're together, why do you think he's not the father?
He has a 6-year-old son. Well, actually, he's older than 6 now. And he raised a son that he believed was his for 6 years. Went to court, found out it wasn't his. He don't have nothing to do with him. He has a girl in Dallas now that says she has a baby by him. He won't go take the DNA test. And along with the numerous other women that always say they're pregnant, what makes you so special?
Why would anybody want to have
And ask
Corey's
her about
baby?
how they
He's
got
not
the
a
bag.
millionaire. He's not a millionaire. It's not like I'm going to get a lot of
Because-
child support. What do you think I want from him? It ain't his money.
Are you saying to the court that you feel he's unable
No,
to
she's
have
not
children,
done with
physically
him, and she
unable?
hopes that Kayla's not his
If I
baby.
wanted him, when he came up to me and asked me to sleep with him, I could have.
Oh, and when was that?
I didn't want
when
to.
was that?
Months
Okay,
ago,
and
I told you about
Let me
it.
bring up this. My sister.
So, Ms. Hayes, I have to ask you, is the reason why you think he's not the father of your sister's child because you think he's not able to have children?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Hayes, I have to ask you, is the reason why you think he's not the father of your sister's child because you think he's not able
Part
to
of
have
it,
children?
yes.
She told
Part
him
of
that
it.
she's got more than he does, that he's not
I do.
a man.
I do.
Wow. What I want to impress upon you ladies as you argue like sisters is that really it's
Look
not
at her.
about
Look
you.
at my baby.
It's about that beautiful little baby.
When Shauna was pregnant, who
She
was
bought
there
her
for
everything.
you?
She bought my baby everything. And for
that
somebody
baby
who
needed.
hated me and her ex-husband, her husband, out of
It wasn't
spite,
about you
why would
or him,
they
it was
buy
about
my
her.
baby everything?
It was-
this
you know,
is
your own
confusing
dad
to me.
didn't
I'm like,
want you to have a
I'm
baby
pulled
shower
both ways. This doesn't
because he
make
was
sense. I didn't have a
disrespected.
baby shower.
I know.
Everything I got were blessings from
Because
different
I
people.
bought it.
Not just you.
Let's have some order, ladies. It's a beautiful, beautiful little girl. And no matter what the paternity issue is, we know one thing's for certain. You're her aunt.
And I haven't seen her in months.
And I see that you're emotional about that because you obviously love her.
You know, it's always that I'm kidnapping her.
Last time she came over, we had company and we had a roommate. So she followed my roommate in one
Who's
day.
the we having the roommate?
Corey and I.
Okay, that's who I want to meet. I
Okay,
want
let's
to
bring
meet
him in.
Mr. Hill. Jerome, can you please go and escort Mr. Hill into the courtroom, please? It's time for me to hear from him. Mr. Hill, please stand at the podium. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here today. So, there are questions that you may not be this beautiful little girl's father. Now, are you also in question about that?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not gonna lie. Deep down inside, I do have some doubts, and that is because I've been through this situation twice before. I took care of a child for 5 years. He's 15-year-old now, and took the DNA test. He wasn't mine.
Okay,
just been
I
together
want
for 2
to
years.
focus my attention on
I've been with Corey
this
since little Corey was
child.
6.
So, are you on the birth certificate?
Unfortunately, no, I'm
No,
not.
he wouldn't sign it.
He had to go to
That's
work.
not the case, ma'am.
He wouldn't. He was at the hospital every day and could have signed it at any time. It didn't have to be that particular day at that particular
Why
time.
didn't
That's
you
not
sign the
true.
birth certificate?
I had to be to work within an hour. They came down for her to sign the papers. By the time they would go up and get the papers for me to sign, I would have already been at work.
He had to
You
take-
were in and out. Now, how old is the baby?
Almost 11 months.
Almost 11 months
Yes, ma'am.
old. So in 11 months, you never take it upon yourself to make arrangements to sign that birth certificate? You never take it upon yourself to make arrangements to sign that birth certificate?
Not true again. Not true again.
Tell me.
This is the deal. They gave us paperwork that we could mail in after we signed it. We did that. In the allotted time, they give you 30 days to do it. We did that. Unfortunately, for some unordinary reason that I don't know of, we were not. They didn't get the paper, and we went downtown to the county to follow up on it. They never got it. So, I mean, that's what happened as far as with me not signing the birth certificate.
So that's bogus because she was in the hospital after she had Kayla. Kayla was in the hospital for a month after they had her. They could have done it. Yes, he had to work. He only works like 3 or 4 days a week. Where's the other 3 or 4 days? What's he doing? Up there with her.
We didn't have a car.
24/7. He was with you 24/7.
And Mr. Hill, you have also told this court that there have been 2 different instances where you believe children to be yours, and then you find out later that they were not.
Yes, ma'am. As I stated before, there was a little boy, he's 15 years old. There's a little girl, she's 7 years old. We took a DNA sample. That is the truth. I actually showed.
For the girl, that's the truth.
Let me stay on this issue. You also stated to the court, Ms. Hayes, that in all the years that you were together with Mr. Hill, he never got you pregnant.
No. And the other 25 women that he carried on with for long-term relationships.
No, you just jealous of us and you want to take the baby. That's what that is.
I don't want your baby. I don't want Kayla.
I didn't say you wanted to have the baby. I said you wanted to have the baby taken from us. It's proven by your actions.
Really?
Yes.
Have I called CPS on you?
Yeah, she came in and picked my baby up because we were outside on the patio.
I sure did. Her premature baby was on the couch by herself.
Family doesn't save you and then dog you out. She called his job after we changed our numbers just to tell him that Kayla doesn't look like him.
This is going all over the place, and we're getting nowhere. I'm supposed to be looking at family.
Yep.
And it would seem as if you two don't get along. I mean, you could be strangers on the street and be arguing like this. Now, you all are adults. You can mess up your life. You can not get along. You can be immature. But at some point, it affects her. And you got to get it together. What is the emotion you're feeling, Ms. Hayes?
You know, you sit there and you say family don't save you and dog you out. You're right, they
That's
still
why I
don't.
turn to God. That's the only hope I have. God has brought me a long way, and I'm very grateful.
Preach Christ all you want. At the end of the day, you're full of it.
Well, I'm sorry you don't know him like I'm trying to know him.
At the end of the day, and the person that, you know.
Now, it's about boundaries, though. And I am not hearing where, with everything that's happened with you two, where you have created some reasonably safe boundaries, like, okay, I'm okay that you're with my ex-husband now, but this is what we need to do.
It's not about
I'm
a man.
fighting for my baby.
It's not, trust me, and it ain't about him.
So
I'm married to somebody else.
So now you're married to someone else.
Divorce him. No, just because?
Just because.
That's great. That's
Wait.
an upstanding deal.
You're married to somebody else, but you haven't divorced him?
Right, right.
That doesn't
Seems
sound
like everybody's
legal.
up to something, huh?
Okay. I want to give you both some words of advisement and encouragement, because I looked at a beautiful little girl on this screen, and all I can think is she deserves more than this.
She deserves family. She shouldn't just have to be around them two.
At the end of the day, this court is concerned with the best interest of this child. I think it's time to reveal the results. Jerome, please pass me the results. Thank you. I think it's time to reveal you are her father.
I just want to say what I was back then, I'm not today. and everybody needs a time frame to grow and get better. And I'm sorry that I didn't make the right decisions, but I'm doing the best I can. And if God provided us with this blessing, I'm going to do my best.
Mr. Hill?
Your Honor, I would just like to say that I hope that in the near future that they can mend their relationship, because at the end of the day, I never wanted to break two sisters apart, separate them, or have them feeling the way they feel right now. And that's just who I am and how I feel.
I commend you for taking responsibility for what you feel your part was in this. Now, Ms. Hayes, Michelle, you've said that you've moved on, and I am hoping now that you will have a sense of closure and maybe be able to form a relationship with your sister that can exist outside of just this man, but just between sisters. And you now know that she wasn't lying. Mr. Hill is the father. Can you accept that? Can you move forward? Ms. Hayes, I want you to keep doing the right things, minute to minute, day by day, week by week, month by month, one day at a time. You've been to hell and back. But the most important word I just said is back. You're back. And if you never thought you had anything to live for,
She's what keeps me going.
Mr. Burks, you claim to be more than $26,000 in debt due to child support for the defendant, Ms. Brown, who you say is definitely not your biological daughter. You are here to prove that in court so you can return home and get the debt erased from your record. Ms. Brown, you state that for 30 years you've known only one man to be your father, and you are devastated that he is now claiming you are not his biological daughter. Ms. Brown, how do you feel about Mr. Burks denying that you are his daughter after all these years?
I am hurt. I'm disappointed. I don't even know how to feel. I can't even believe somebody even have a question of how I feel. I'm 30 years old. 30 years old. And I have to deal with this, you know, and then he brings up talking about it was a one-night stand with my mom and all that kind of stuff like that. It wasn't no one-night stand. He had a relationship with her, and he know it. You know it. It hurts me so much, and I have a lot of pain. You know, it's ridiculous to me. I'm just hurt. I'm just hurt inside. I really am.
All your life, you've known him to be your father?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. And it's just like, how could you come up with this? He just crazy, deranged or something. It doesn't make no sense.
Your Honor, this was like 25, 30 years ago. I'm 25 years old. I'm in the military, and I had a career to protect. And not only that, I had a wife. And I was starting my life out, trying to start it over. I met a mother at a restaurant in the drive-through window. So I was young, trying to, get my Mac on. I'm Mac Daddy. And so she said, well, come back, after work, after I get off work. So I went back after work, and I picked her up, and we went to a hotel. I did my thing, but I did not.
You didn't. Y'all had a relationship. Yeah, they had a relationship.
I didn't have no relationship.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
You wasn't there. How you know?
You wanted to
You
marry
wasn't
her
even there.
because she told me.
I
she
know
ain't gonna
for a
lie.
fact because
she's not gonna lie.
I dropped her off at the house and left.
Hold on, Miss Brown, let me hear what he's saying. And so, did you see her again?
Maybe 3 months later, I went to see her. But then, like I said, I had a wife, and I was in the military. So, I didn't want to have no adultery charge put against me while I'm trying to protect my career. After that happened, my wife and I went back together. I'm back in the house with her. I'm at work. My ex-wife get a phone call. It's her mother on the phone saying she's pregnant by me. So my house get tore up all over again. Bam, I'm out the door again. So in the process, she said I'm the father, so I go find her. I go talk to her. And so when I did find out that she was, I went to the hospital, but my name is not on the birth certificate. I'm not a father.
That's evidence you'd like to present?
Yes, ma'am.
Ron, will you pass that to me, please?
Ma'am. But my name is on the child support papers.
This is Miss Brown's birth certificate listed as father? No one?
None. Nobody up there. Because I'm not the father.
And yet you also have a paper that indicates There is an order establishing the parent-child relationship, and you are responsible for child support.
Yeah.
So at some point, did you acknowledge paternity, or was there a court case that you didn't show up?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what happened.
So you're named the father by default.
I was away. They had the court without me even being there. They had already been to court, determined I was behind a real rich of $40,000. I'm thinking, man, look at here. How am I gonna pay $40,000 all these years? And why would you wait till she gets 17 years old to file that?
Why would you wait till
That sounds like a conspiracy to me. If you hadn't done that right now, if you were so disrespectful.
Yeah, I am, because
that's
you
why.
just disrespect me.
See,
you talk about
like
me
now.
all the time, running
Like
around.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on, Ms.
because you
Brown.
disrespect
I
me.
want to hear that. You've been hearing rumors, and he's been going around town.
Because it's me, I talk bad.
I never cussed.
And now, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
This type of interaction here was not the nature of your relationship, was it?
In the beginning, it was when I was young, because you know, when you young, you don't have a say-so of or nothing. When he came and got me when I was little, it was just like, go with your dad, you know what I'm saying? But as I gradually got older, then you know what I'm saying, it caused a conflict. He always get into it with me all the time. Here, take this,
She don't look like
because
me.
I look like this picture. This.
My children
let
are
me
dark
see that
skinned.
evidence.
She light skinned. Does she look like me?
Hold on. This evidence is what, Ms. Brown?
That's evidence to prove that we look alike. Look, y'all, look up
I
those
don't
noses.
think so. No.
And you want to go around saying because I'm bigger than everybody. You sound like a fool for saying that.
You are.
That's the only thing you got?
You are.
This is a picture of you and Mr. Burke's other daughter.
Yes.
One right
And
there.
you're saying you see the family similarity without...
With the nose, this to me,
Issue.
the noses is
I don't
like,
think so.
Lips are like that. They all
And so,
call me
hold on,
Michelle.
Mr. Burks, I want
Yes.
to understand
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
You're saying you've maintained throughout the years that this is not your biological child.
Right. I knew that
But
something
you
was wrong.
also said you were trying to protect your military career. How is accepting her part of protecting your career?
Because, you know, I wanted to keep it hush-hush. I wanted to deal with it myself. I wanted to make sure I went to her mother, I gave her money, I bought diapers and everything.
So basically, you didn't want the fact that you had cheated on your wife to come out.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
much.
But you never accepted deep down that she was your biological daughter.
Right. That's right.
Her whole life, she's lived 30 years thinking you're her father.
I never talked to her about that until recently. Until the last maybe 9 years, she was pretty good up until then. Then she started, I don't know what happened to her. She started getting very disrespectful, demanding money. You know, I bought her a car.
That's a lie.
I bought
That's
a car,
a lie.
gave
That's
it to
a
her
lie.
with the
I don't
title.
even ask him for nothing. One car is all you bought me.
Man.
One car, and then it broke down. I had to put money into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you all can just yell and scream at each other all day and we'll never get to the results. I'm trying to understand this, really, because when I look at the two of you, quite frankly, the interaction is it's like you're strangers.
Yeah, right, that's it. That's
I don't,
that's how it's been lately.
I honestly can say, Ron,
That's
in
why I did have doubts.
hundreds of families I've helped, I've never really seen this much complete disconnection between a possible father and a daughter at this age. So I want to understand how this happened, how we got here. Ms. Brown, how did you get this news?
When I was around about 22, 21, somewhere around there, one of my sisters told him that I liked the women. I was a lesbian. That's when the disrespect started. He didn't like that. He's supposed to claim to live his life as a pastor, all that stuff like that. He didn't like it. He talked bad to me. He was ugly on the phone. When he found that out, he was very disrespectful. And ever since that day, it's like we have a connection, but every time he get mad or something I tell him, he'll call me. He's a negative person. He expect me to call him and blow his phone up. I'm not gonna do that because every time I talk to him, it's always drama. He gets into it with my other siblings or whatever, and he goes back, tell me, he gets into it with me, goes back, he's mad at me, so he goes back and talk about me. He has the problem. It's him. And I'm not gonna sit here, and I told him the last time we had an argument, I'm not gonna sit here and be disrespected. I am 30 years old, and you are not gonna disrespect me. Now, when I was little, I did not disrespect him. It didn't start till he found out the way I lived my lifestyle, and he didn't like it.
I want to know the exact words he said when he said, I don't believe you're my biological daughter.
It was a text that he sent. He say, When we got into it the last time we got into it, he sent out a text. He gets mad and hang up our phone all the time. Right after that, when he got mad, he sent me a text. He sent me a text through my text message and said, "We gonna see who you really are with a DNA test, because you ain't none of mine." And that is what he texted me. Thinking the whole time, okay, he just mad because that's what it's been. But this, I was like, this? Now? This is what you do?
Mr. Burks, why would you say this, and why would you say it over a text message?
You know, I've always believed that she was not my daughter. And I was just tired of living a lie. I want to know the truth.
So let me understand this. You decide to accept this child, even though you don't believe she's your biological daughter, to basically save your military career. Yes. What exactly makes you think she's not your biological child?
She didn't look like me. And from the very beginning, it wasn't a relationship with her mother. But then, as time went on, the disrespect, the hurtfulness, the things she has said to me.
What I'm trying to understand as a father, why text something so cruel? Even if it was something you wanted to tell her or you needed to talk to her about.
Why not? Talk to her. You can't talk to her. She go get loud and yell, just like now. Get loud and yelling in your ear and hollering and screaming and everything. You can't say nothing to her.
When I was younger, I did. You know what I'm saying? But now that I got older, when I tell him things that's true and how he live his life and he ain't right, he hang up the phone. I tried to talk to him like an adult, and he hangs up the phone.
Ask my wife. I put her on speakerphone, and she
ain't been in the picture all our life, so she can only say what recently happened.
Well, she heard you.
All of this. Okay, she might have heard it, but it ain't been for years.
I'd like to hear from you, ma'am.
I dealt with
Please stand. I'd like to hear from you.
She irrelevant.
Ma'am, state your name.
Nicole McRoyal Burks.
Miss Burks.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been with your husband for how many years?
3 years.
3 years now.
Yes.
And this young woman, Miss Brown, has asserted that she's his biological daughter, but he does not believe she is. What do you know about this situation?
Well, I know he's been feeling this way since I've been with him. And he always had that doubt about her. And me, myself, I had doubts. She's a very beautiful lady, but she looks nothing like him to me or the other kids. And she's very disrespectful. As you can see, I said nothing to her, and she already started to disrespect me.
But disrespect really has nothing to do with DNA.
Now, she came to my church one time. I put it to you just like this. She came to my church, and, you know, she brought someone with her, and I just had a talk with her. And I told her, I said, you know, I love you as a person, but what you do with your own life is your own business. That's how it all went into a tailspin, because she didn't like it.
He talks about the church.
She didn't like it because I didn't go along with it.
And even sung at the church for him. This man called me and said, "You can't even sing. You sing
she got
too
mad
loud."
about that too.
Long as I sure did get mad. He told me I couldn't sing, and I'm just trying to sing for the God.
Wow, this never ends.
I'm really just tired of him.
And I just told her, I said, you can come to my house, but your man can't come. I mean, your woman.
I've never brought nobody to your house. I never brought anybody to your house.
Mr. Burks,
yes, ma'am.
Let me just ask you a point-blank question. Is this about you don't believe she's your biological child, or is this just about you don't approve that she's gay?
No, that's fine. That's fine, but I don't go along with that lifestyle because, you know, like I said, I'm a Christian man.
You want to get married one time. You don't get married 10, 14 different times.
That's my business. You got nothing to do with that.
Exactly, but it don't matter.
At least I did marry.
Married several times.
I believe marriage is honorable.
You married this woman 2 times.
That's all right. So what? How many times you been married? How many kids you got?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Listen, I would like to hear from your witness, Miss Brown. Can you please stand, ma'am? State your name for the court.
Shadon Burks, Your Honor.
You are Mr. Burks'
daughter.
Daughter?
Yes, ma'am.
And you are sitting with Miss Brown. So,
Your Honor, I just don't believe that after 30 years, Mr. Burks could say that she's not our sister. When we were growing up, I was 7 years old. He took me, and my other sisters, and he introduced us as, this is your sister. This is your sister. And from that time on, that's all we knew, is each other to be sisters. And nobody ever told us different until she came out of the closet. We have to love people. We can't mistreat them because of the choices that they make. God doesn't mistreat us because of our choices. He loves us just the same.
So This is affecting the entire family, I presume.
Yes, Your Honor, it is because, I mean, for you to, after 30 years, to say that my sister is not my sister is just not fair.
I thank you for your testimony. You may be seated. We really need the results in this case. We do. Ron, I'm ready for the envelope.
There you go, Your Honor.
Thank you. In the case of Burks versus Brown, when it comes to 30-year-old LaQuata Brown, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Burks, you are the father.
See, I told you, and you sat up there and do me like this. That what you gonna do? See, it's all about my lifestyle. But you know what? After this, he don't have to worry about me. I promise that he don't have to worry about me. Because if it took all this for you to do this to me,
She called me on the phone before we got here and talked to me like I wasn't nothing.
No, I didn't.
Mr. Burks, I just told you that is your biological child.
He still looks like he needs
That's
help.
the way she treat
Get
me.
his man some
But
counseling.
listen.
She
Get
treat
his
me
man-
like a stranger.
Mr. Burks.
Because that's how you treat me.
Listen. You're not the first man nor the last man or last parent to have a child that's just a firecracker. There's something in the way you approach her and the way you treat her. It sets her off. It just nabs at her side. You got a special child. She takes up a room.
Can I just say one thing, Your Honor?
Look, you keep talking to me, but you're not talking to her.
Well, I think we both hot-headed.
Talk to her.
I think the problem is that we're both, she got a hot temper, I got one. Somebody got to listen sooner or later. I love her. You know, I have always loved her. I have never stopped loving her. She know that.
This is a start. Ms. Brown, I want you to take a breath, to tell your father what you need to tell him.
I know he don't like the way I live my life because he think it's a game. He just think that it's something like a phase or something. That's my life. That's how I live my life. And I just wish he'll understand that.
That's the first halfway civil conversation we've had today between the two of you. There are a lot of issues you have to work through. I'm glad we could give you the answers you need so that the questions aren't out there in the back of his mind. And you have to understand what triggers people. Once one of you starts yelling, the other one pops off, and at that point, you all are just screaming. You're not communicating. You all have that in common. And now we have to learn how to speak and talk to one another another way. All right, let's start that today. Mr. Jackson, you are suing the defendant because you claim that your 20-year marriage has been based on a complete fraud. Now, you state that it was not until 1 year into your marriage that Ms. Jackson told you that you may not be the biological father of James Jackson IV. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when today's DNA results are revealed, you demand that Ms. Jackson pay you $5,000 for emotional distress and finally sign the divorce papers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, you admit to having sex with another man around the time your son was conceived, but you claim that you did not deceive Mr. Jackson in any way, nor did you force him to marry you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Jackson, how has your marriage been based on a fraud exactly?
Well, Your Honor, I think I've been tricked, Your Honor. She knew my past, and she knew that once she told me that she was pregnant, that I wanted a father in my son's life, like I didn't have a father in my life. So once she told me that, we got married in December of '95, a few months after she got pregnant, and come up a year into the marriage, and I find out that he may not be my child, Your Honor.
And so you stepped up to the plate and married her?
Yes, ma'am, 2 months after she told me.
You go to the doctor's appointments. You were there when James Jackson IV was born. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You obviously gave him your name.
I gave him my name.
He's the fourth.
I
signed the birth certificate.
Signed the birth certificate.
He
Was
cut the
there.
umbilical cord.
He cut the umbilical cord. I was there helping with his homework. Speed
And so
records
your
and everything.
involvement with this young man,
Yes, ma'am.
this handsome young man, has been you're his dad.
Yes, I mean graduation. I was there.
You were there.
His wrestling meets. I was there. His band. I was there.
So take me back up to this relationship.
We met in Job Corps. So we both took nursing classes together. The first time we had sex was in the Green Grass Motel.
What is that exactly?
When we was on the campus, we couldn't have sex in our dorms because it was separate dorm rooms. So we had to wait till nighttime to go out in the field and have sex on the green grass hotel.
Oh, you called that the grass? Oh,
The grass.
I got it.
Yes.
I got
And
it.
actually the first time.
Now,
he wanted a family, and he was not really tricked, because he went down to Kentucky to visit me, okay? He lived in Georgia. He wanted to follow me to Kentucky.
And so, Mr. Jackson, did you follow her to Kentucky? Did you want to have a family?
With her, it wasn't a family thing at that time. We was just going together. And actually, I was just going to see my girlfriend that lives in Kentucky.
So were you in any other relationship before you became pregnant? Before you figured out you were pregnant, were you in another relationship?
I had a boyfriend or a friend or hangout buddies that we'll go to the beach, we get drunk, we hang out, we party. I was a little older than he is, but you know, I wasn't really looking for him to be in my life. This guy was looking like a nerve. I didn't think he was gonna amount to much. He had a pick on his head, he had on matching clothes, he had tennis shoes on, and he always sit by himself.
He had a pick in his hair and matching clothes and tennis
No
shoes.
matching.
Oh, they didn't match?
No, so one day I just went on and talked to him.
And so you ended up having a sexual relationship?
Yeah.
Did you use protection?
Yes, ma'am. But see, Your Honor, I think Mr. Jackson is the one that tricked me. He and I kind of start hanging out, being playful and all that. And then we went in the shower and one thing led to another, but I didn't know.
So let me ask you something. Obviously, you failed to use protection at some point or we wouldn't be here.
Your Honor, the only time that we did not use protection was one time, and I know it only takes one, but during that whole time, we're going out. Well, sometimes we'll go out and get drunk. We go to a hotel. One time I see.
Okay, basically I just needed to confirm that at some point you had sex without using protection, right?
Yes.
I don't need all the details of the sexual history.
Okay.
What made you just decide to marry her instantly like that, within a couple of months?
Well, when she told me she was pregnant, you know, that's what I think the right thing to do, because I didn't have a father in my life. I was going to be a father in my son's life. So.
And that's really the basis of your suit, is that you feel like she did this all, it was all a fraud.
Right, because
she manipulated and defrauded you.
Right, because up until actually
Your Honor,
now,
he
I
asked
never
me to
knew
get
that was
married.
somebody else that could be the father. I just had doubts in the dates and time.
Let's talk about this doubt.
Okay.
When did the doubts begin to set in?
The only time that she could have got pregnant was those 3 days out of August.
Talk to me about those dates.
Okay, August 95, 11th, 12th, and 13th is the only 3 days she could have got pregnant.
In August of 1995, it'd be the 11th, 12th, and 13th.
That's correct. Okay, from after we got married.
With Jackson. Okay.
And my son is born on June 8th, 1996.
June 8th. All right, why are you doubtful about these
days? Because unless he's not my son, or you're looking at the only woman that's been pregnant 10 and a half months in history, that dates just don't add up. From August 11th, 12th, and 13th to June 8th
Your Honor.
is 10 and a half months.
So you feel like the dates are not adding up?
Your Honor.
Because that means, in your mind, you cannot be the father because that's too many weeks.
That's too many weeks, months, days, years.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Really, I think Mr. Jackson got upset because I told him we did the math and he thought he was gonna have his son being born around his birthday. His birthday, May the 7th.
It actually supposed to be born on May the 7th.
What he's saying, Ms. Jackson, is that if he counts back, it's over 10 months' time that you were pregnant, which we know pregnancies are usually 40 weeks.
And Your Honor, excuse me, but they induced her labor, so that wasn't her the due date. They induced her labor. She made them take the baby. 2 doctors and 1 midwife told me that couldn't be the conception date, period. I don't know.
The dates you gave me, August 11th, 12th, and 13th, could not be the conception date for a child born June the 8th.
No, it can't be. That's what they told me.
And that's why you really began to doubt.
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Jackson, do you admit that there is a slight reason to doubt? What percentage do you?
80-20, Your Honor. It was just because...
80-20?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
80% maybe the other guy kind of told, and he's kind of light-skinned.
Wait a minute, 80-20, who's the 80?
The other guy. But we use protection, Your Honor. I was a little drunk. We were partying. We got up, and it was the next day, and we was out there at the beach, and then it was like...
Don't tell me anything else. I don't want to know anything else.
This is the first time I'm hearing this, Your Honor.
Except...
This is the very first time.
I know now you're to the fact that you all had sex then.
But we always use protection.
Okay, but you 80% believe the other gentleman could be your son's father.
Yeah, he kind of looked like, but...
Did she ever say to you that this was not your son? Did she ever give you any indication? Did she say that?
As we drinking again, Your Honor, she tells me in the hotel that I wasn't the father.
Yeah.
I possibly could be the father one time, and it kind of messed me up then.
Your Honor.
She said she never did.
And do you remember saying that?
See, this is how it happened. Mr. Jackson, and I'm telling you the whole thing. Mr. Jackson begged me to come get him out of jail court, to go and get him out so that he could go in hotels with me. So that's when we would drink. It's not like I was an alcoholic, and it was not like he was drinking all the time.
Did you ever
either.
tell him that James Jackson IV was not his son?
He got me drunk at the house and trying to get the truth out of me, Your Honor. So I was
so
drunk.
did he get the truth out of you?
Yes.
Okay.
But
so wait a minute. You said he got you drunk and tried to get the truth out of you, and you told him that James Jackson IV was not his child.
Yeah.
Is that the truth?
He always tell that to his daughter, too, that the
so
boys
is that
don't look
what you
like him.
believed, or were you saying what you believed he wanted to hear?
He got me confused, Your Honor, because I was drunk.
Okay.
He got me drunk. So.
I would like to hear from your son. Mr. Jackson, this is a lot to hear. Tell me your perspective. I mean, when you hear all of this, this is your dad. This is the man you've grown up with your whole life. Did you ever know that there was a doubt relating to your paternity?
Your Honor, this man before you has always been my dad. He's been there through my graduations. He's been there through my wrestling meets, band, everything.
Beautiful. And I can see, Mr. Jackson, this really hurts you. Mr. Jackson IV, did you ever have any knowledge that there was a question relating to your paternity?
It was one night, Your Honor. I was asleep. I overheard them arguing. I climbed downstairs, you know, sneaking up on the argument, and I overheard that he possibly couldn't have been my father. I was 5 years old at the time. I really didn't pay no attention to it because he will always be there for me. So I would think it was just a petty thing to say during arguments, you know? He would be downstairs and my mom would be upstairs. And I would think it was just, you know, a little doghouse, you know, him, you know, get his punishment for the arguments or whatever. So I really didn't think nothing of it, you know? I was a child then.
But you weren't understanding that there were issues and they were having disagreements because they were talking about whether or not the man you believed to be your father was actually your biological father, that perhaps there was someone else.
Other than that, there was no relative, no auntie, no uncle saying that's not your father, no random man.
Never had that?
Never had that.
Did your dad ever give you any clue?
We would possibly sit down and briefly talk about it. For example, he would sit me down and say, how long does a baby stays in the womb? And I would say 9 months. He was like, well, it took you 11 or 10. And I would say,
as he's older now.
As I'm older, as I can understand things more better. So I guess he was trying to prepare me. But it would be brief conversations so I wouldn't be too heavily on the fact.
So you feel like he was, in his own way, preparing you?
in his own way, yes.
So where do we go from here? What's at stake here? If, in fact, it's determined that this young man, Mr. Jackson IV, is determined not to be your biological child, you will divorce your wife.
If he's not my son, or if he is my son biologically, I'm still wanting to divorce.
Your
Because
Honor.
I have a girlfriend that's wanting to get married.
So wait a minute now.
Your Honor.
So you've been trying to get her to sign these divorce papers?
We've been doing this for about 10 years.
What? Your Honor, we got married for life, okay? We got married. Mr. Jackson and I had a conversation that he was gonna get married in church too, but he didn't marry me in church. So now Mr. Jackson understood that once we are married for life.
married on a lie.
Regardless. Whether
On a
it's a
lie.
lie or not, we were married. We were living together. We were building our family.
And so you do not have any intention of signing divorce papers?
No, ma'am, because if he wants to get divorced, he got to pay himself, but I'm not going to participate on that, taking care of his girlfriend. So he wants to marry her, go ahead and divorce. Okay, fine, that's fine, but I'm not paying a penny for it. But
okay, I think I've heard enough. I am ready for the results. Jerome, these results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Jackson III versus Jackson, when it comes to 19-year-old James Jackson IV, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Jackson, you are his father. Great news, right?
Awesome news. Yeah.
That's wonderful. You happy, Mr. Jackson?
Oh, yes. Perfect.
How does it feel to finally just know for sure?
Oh, it's a load off my chest, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. That's why we're here. Mr. Jackson, you came to court with a suit for $5,000 for emotional distress. We've determined now he is your biological child.
Yes.
And so the emotional distress, in terms of thinking the entire time that he was not, is not something I can award you damages for. With that said, your claim is dismissed, judgment for the defendant. About this family. Ultimately, you share a beautiful son. How you move on from here is going to be your decision. You have to talk about this. You have to communicate. Miss Smith, you and your daughter have opened 2 cases today. You state that after your son Travis's sudden death, 2 women came forward claiming your son fathered a child with each of them. You have paternity doubts and say you need today's results before you become emotionally attached to these children. Ms. Hicks, you say the Smith family has a personal vendetta against you. Yes. And that is the only reason why they're denying your 3-year-old son, Jakari. Ms. Laster, you testify that you are heartbroken that the Smith family is denying your 4-year-old son, Malachi.
Yes.
So I would like to start with you, Ms. Hicks. Ms. Laster, you may be seated. So, Ms. Smith, you and your mom say Ms. Hicks just popped up after Travis's death. Tell the court how that happened.
Yes, Your Honor. The day of my brother passing, the family had came over to the house and then we heard a knock on the door. It was Brittany. She popped up like a Pop-Tart.
She popped up like a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, big and pregnant.
Lies.
Big and pregnant.
Lies.
Yes, and she said she was pregnant with my brother's baby.
And so what was your response?
I was shocked, really, because she had never been around the family, never came to us once
Girl,
and
I
said
used
that
to
she
be
was
at
pregnant.
your house. with him.
Never was at my
your house
Never.
with him.
So she popped up, but you knew her.
I knew her
See?
because she used to live next door to me, but never being with my brother.
Ms. Hicks, how far along were you when you showed up at Miss Smith's house?
I was in my second trimester.
So why wouldn't she come around in her first trimester?
Because we
Or
don't like
before
each
then?
other.
So when you got pregnant, did you tell Travis?
Yes, and when I told Travis, Travis was so happy, and he went back on the time. He told me he didn't even need a DNA. I said, we could do DNA through me being pregnant from them poking my belly button. He said, nah, that's cool, we're fine. Everything was okay. Then he asked me to be with him, and I said I didn't want to be with him. I wanted to pursue other measures, and that's when he said the reason I wanted to pursue other measures because my baby was not his, because she spoon-fed him.
First of all, Your Honor, my brother is a grown man. If he wanted to mess with her, it's nothing that I could have said to stop that.
And you
so
hated
that right there is irrelevant to me. So I really don't care about what you're talking about.
behind
The
my
whole
back,
ordeal
though.
is about
And you
Ja'Cory.
talked about my child.
And
Okay.
and if he is my brother's, I am a family person. All the children come to me. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. If I don't like her, she don't like me, it doesn't really matter because that's
But
my
Miss
nephew
Smith,
at the
I
end
want
of
to
the
know,
day.
did your brother ever tell you or say
No.
anything about
No,
Miss
ma'am.
Hicks being pregnant?
No, ma'am. Never once. I don't know where she get all this making up story. I don't understand. My brother was dead and gone. Dead and gone. When she came to the house and said she was
You was
pregnant.
on the phone and invited me over. Be real.
You don't know what was going on.
Why you ain't stepped to me?
First of all, you're gonna talk to me correctly.
But you
Okay,
don't
let's get
have,
some order.
But you don't have my child.
Let's get some order.
Get real.
Hold on. I need to ask some questions, and I need to get some answers to the questions. Miss Smith, is it your testimony you were aware of Miss Hicks, but you were never aware that she was having a sexual relationship with your brother?
No, and before my brother passed, he was like she was pregnant. She was going around saying that was his baby. He did a happy dance in the kitchen up to talking about that was none of his baby. Right there. So what she's talking about, he was so happy.
But he did, so wait, he did mention she was pregnant.
And she had it going around saying it was my brother.
Said you didn't
and
know.
then, first of all, my brother was in a 3-year relationship with someone else, not with Brittany.
Once he did the happy dance and said, it's not my baby, did you say to him, oh, are you sleeping with Brittany? Could it have been your baby?
I asked him that, and he said no.
Oh.
He said no. So I can only go by what my brother said. I was not in that room with them. So I can't say, yeah, he had sex with her. No, he couldn't. I don't know.
So you taking your brother's word for what he said?
That's my brother at the end of the day.
The whole time of me knowing Travis from 16 to the day he died, I've been sexually active with him on and off. Majority of our sexual encounters, the daughter knows about.
But Your Honor, can I say this? When she came to my house the day of my brother passing, I told her, I say, look, I will be there when you have him. Please let me know, and I will drive anywhere, wherever you're at, and I will come to that delivery. That girl never once texted me, called me, anything. But if that was my nephew, my brother's child, and she said, why wouldn't you want me and my mother there? And I'm willing to be there. Willing.
Miss Hicks, do you remember Miss Smith saying, I will be there for you? Let me know when the baby's born?
She started out like that until she got around this mutual friend, and there was so much negativity going on, and I just was like, I cut it off. So I even said, you know what? I don't want to deal with the sister, and I sent the mutual friend to ask for the mother information.
But
not once did nobody come back to me. Hold on.
Just take a breath. Take a breath. You can do it.
I really tried. I asked my friend, I said, please go to the mother, because I never really got a chance to sit and talk to her because she was so distraught when she came in off her flight. Nobody never got back to me then.
You never heard from Travis's mother?
Right.
Okay. So you admit you disappeared?
Yes, I cut off ties to keep from arguing. I did not want to feel like I was tying somebody back.
So, Miss Smith, I want to know from you, when is the next time you heard from Miss Hicks?
I didn't see her until the parade. And that's when she said, here go Ja'Cory. And Ja'Cory was like almost, I think he was 1.
Oh, so you just ran into her at a parade?
At the parade, yes, ma'am.
And so when you talked, she said, and there's Ja'Cory?
Yes, and she even brought Ja'Cory by the house. After that.
After the parade?
Yes.
When she brings him by the house, are you saying, you know what, this is my brother's son, this is my nephew?
I never said that because we done had an incident before with my brother having a child, and we did the baby shower, everything like that. We went all in for this baby. Did the DNA test, the baby came back that it was not my brother's baby. So that's why I didn't get attached to Jacory until we get some type of DNA testing.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is this girl concerned, Brittany? I never seen her. I never know of this baby. Right now, this is emotional time for me. But why is it he this old? And I'm just now finding out that this is supposed to be my grandchild. She know me. She could have found where I live at. If she really wanted me to know that was my grandchild. My son is gone. Now here we got two women bringing babies up, saying they my child. It's not right. Why wait now? He's 4. Malachi, I never knew nothing about this until now.
I understand
It's
how
not
upset
right.
you are.
On top of that, she was seeing another guy also. She even has him on a Facebook page, you know, and by that mutual friend, she even said that she told her that that was Jacary's father. She had him on Facebook and everything.
When you look at the dates of when Jacory would have been conceived around the time, there is evidence that she is with another person in a relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you, Miss Hicks?
Yes and no. Let me be clear. We had a relationship, but last time that we had relations or I was cordial with the guy she's seen on Facebook was actually
What's
December
cordial
18th.
mean?
Oh, we had sex. I was just trying to say
Jacory
it
looks
nice.
like him. Jacory looks like this.
So I have a type.
I didn't know that's what being cordial meant now.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new.
The meaning has changed.
Yes.
Brand new, right, Jerome?
Yes.
So I had sex with the other guy December 18th, 2014. And then he went away. I just was such in an emotional state of me being pregnant. I lost my friend. Like, we were friends first, so it hit different versus someone who just was having sex. We've been friends since I was 5, you know? So to me, I had so much emotions going on. I didn't care to even try to figure it out because really I wasn't at that state and point to even really talk yet.
Why is it that this man is not considered as a potential father in addition to Travis? Like
conception dates.
The conception dates is what you did.
The conception date was 2015, and he went away in 2014, which would have made my child like 2 already. I would have been birthing a toddler.
So when you did the conception date, it didn't add up to be the time when you were having sex with this other guy.
Right. The conception date brought me to Travis' doorstep.
So in your mind, there is absolutely no doubt that Travis is your baby Jacory's biological father.
Not to me.
So now, Miss Smith, what are your hopes for you and your mom? Are you hoping Jacory is your nephew, or are you not?
Yes, because that would be a part of my brother. That would be a part of my brother. I mean, if Jacory is his, I'm gonna love him to the utmost.
And what are your hopes, Miss Smith?
If he is my grandchild, I would love to love him to death, but why wait now 4 years to bring him to my attention? That's 4 years gone.
He's 3.
3, 2, 4, whatever. You still could have found me.
Jerome, may I have the envelope, please? This is a saga that continues on because there's not just one, but 2 young women who you said popped up at your door after your brother, your son's passing, and said they had children.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to hold on to these results, and I'd like to hear the other part of this case. Ms. Hicks, you may take a seat. Ms. Laster, please stand and step up to the podium. So, Ms. Smith, we've heard about the other case now, and I'd like for you to explain to me how you heard Ms. Laster was pregnant with your brother's child.
Well, LaMonica, she has a baby. She has 2 older kids that belongs to Travis.
Okay.
Yes. So they come over like every other weekend or whatever. They can call, pick up the phone and call and say, Auntie, I want to come over. They're welcome to come over anytime. I love them. I love them to death. And then she came after the fact my brother hadn't passed. And she say, can Malachi stay tonight? You want to keep your nephew? And I just was looking crazy like my nephew. I said, okay, because I'm thinking, because they're my nieces, I'm going to claim him as my nephew. Come on, he can stay tonight too. And then she was like, this really could be your brother's child. So I was like, oh.
Oh, wait a minute. So she had Malachi.
Yeah, she had Malachi.
And you knew Malachi existed.
Yeah, I knew Malachi existed.
Because the older two children are your
nieces.
Nieces.
Yes.
So for 3 years, you'd pick up your nieces, they'd come over and hang out with you, and all this time, this little boy Malachi was there, and you never knew he potentially could be your nephew? No. So wait.
I never thought to ask her, was that my brother's child? And then she was like, she just had so much going on, so she just didn't want to.
So much going on, ain't nobody that busy.
No, Your Honor,
What's really going on?
It wasn't like that. It took a little minute because me and Travis, I've been knowing him since high school, met him at school, and, got on a bus. He was a little nerdy, wasn't my type, but, he sat next to me, and he seemed real sweet, real genuine. Skipped school one day, and boom, that's how the first two happened. So.
Oh, they're twins?
No, they're not twins. It just, it led to an ongoing relationship.
I was about to say, yeah, that's not just one day of skip school and one boom. That's two.
No, it just led to an ongoing relationship, and Malachi came about. We was not together. He came back in town around December 2000, the end of 2013, beginning of 14. We tried to start back dating or whatever, and we were having sex. As usual. That was in January, and my ex and I had sex the following month in February. So that's where you get the two from.
So who did you tell when you found out you were pregnant with Malachi?
Well, for as him being a dad, really no one. I didn't tell anybody. You
didn't tell the other guy?
Oh, well, of course he knew, but I was like more so to myself at that time. So yeah, I didn't tell nobody.
Well, when you were pregnant, where was Travis?
Oh, he was somewhere dating somebody.
Yes.
I don't know.
And see, Travis never came to me and told me Malachi could be his neither.
Did Travis know?
Yeah, he knew. When I got pregnant and he found out I was pregnant, he was like, oh, that's my baby. And I was like, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that again. So, I kind of kept blowing him off. I was like, nah, this ain't your baby. It was just more so.
But why? Now he's there, he's saying, this is my child. Why not just say, yes, it could be, or yes, it is?
I didn't want to have to deal with it. It was already a lot.
So for the record, he was dealing with some legal issues.
Mm-hmm.
And that then caused you to what? Just not want to pile on another thing?
Yes, that was the biggest issue, like piling on something new. And it was already a struggle with our other daughters. And it was too much for me.
All right. So he passes away, and then you decide, I want to go over to his mother's and go over to his sisters and say, this is his son.